Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today I'll be demonstrating how to create Christmas trees using buttercream, piping them on the side of a cake. This is buttercream that I've got here, an all butter-based buttercream, so you can tell it's a little bit more yellow than the one behind in the other bowl, which is a shortening based buttercream. I coloured it with gel food colours in sky blue and golden yellow or yellow gold. You want to mix it until it's nice and incorporated and then fill your piping bags. We're using a 352 leaf tip, a star tip which is the 32 and a petal tip, the 104. I have a 6-inch cake that's already been filled and crumb coated. I'm adding a white layer of frosting on top. This is that vegetable shortening based buttercream that we had in the other bowl. You'll want to smooth it out with a frosting scraper as usual. Fill in any pockets as you go. I had lots of them at the top and right in the middle. Continue to smooth until you are happy with the finish. And then drag that top lip of raised frosting towards the center of the cake. You can allow your cake to set in the fridge for about 20 minutes and then go ahead and start piping. I started at the bottom. This is the number 32 tip and I'm creating long shells. So I pipe, let the buttercream touch the cake, I pull down and then pull back up to create these shells. It's a good idea to create a stencil for yourself, so just draw the rough shape of a Christmas tree on your cake before you go and pipe. Mine was just a little wonky, but that's okay. I learnt for the next one. This is the 352 piping tip. So this is a leaf tip. I like to start at the very bottom, just like before, so we can stack them up. Squeeze the piping bag, let the buttercream touch so it's anchored on there. And then as you're squeezing, pull down. Follow that guide that you created for yourself and just continue stacking on top of the other, making sure to overlap so you don't see through the leaves to the white frosting behind. You also want to make sure that you do cover that line that you created. So I believe I went back here and fixed up that little splotch. And then for the next one, we're using the number 104 piping tip. This is my favorite piping tip. There is so much you can do with this. I'm going to start at the top this time and I'm squeezing and maneuvering the piping bag up and down while giving my wrist a little bit of a flick. It's very subtle, but basically you're creating these little petals that are also layered and stacked one on top of the other. As you reach the bottom, it's always really awkward to pipe because you have that piping, you've got that cake board in the way, but get as close to the bottom as you possibly can. And if you need to reinforce that Christmas tree shape, just continue to pipe little dollops or stars as you need to, depending on what you're using, along the edges. I left the best to last. This is my absolute favorite technique, and it's a ruffle design using that 104 piping tip again. So you're touching the fat side of the piping tip to the cake. It's constantly in contact with the cake, and you're squeezing and just kind of jittering your hand back and forth, up and down, kind of pivoting the wrist, and follow through until you've covered the guide that you've drawn on there for yourself. As a finishing touch, I've added some edible drinkies. Edible dragées. I keep saying dragées. Someone corrected me in the comments, and ever since then I've been really trying to train my brain to say dragées. So stick those on wherever you think looks nice. I've chosen some small silver, large silver, and some tiny pink ones to cover my Christmas trees. And that's it. That is how you create these fun Christmas tree piped buttercream designs. I hope you guys give it a go. Just have some practice. It's always good fun just to pipe something to get that muscle memory. If you do recreate these, I would love to see yours. Hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can check it out. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.